So what's up, Heather?
What's up, B?
Well, today we're at Iron Oaks, and if you're wondering what that noise is, we're sitting in a golf simulator.
We are, which is one of the coolest places, if not the coolest places we ever filmed. And you're going to get to watch B jump every time they hit a golf ball.
But we're excited about it. So this is where craft meets casual. They've got an impressive lineup of locally inspired drinks and food offerings. We're here to pair some of their signature dishes with some of their exceptional bourbon.
So Connor and Katie are here with us tonight, and they're really the masterminds and the heartbeat behind the place. So we're going to bring them in and have them talk and taste with us.
Tell us about Iron Oaks. Tell us about here.
So we are officially open for 3 years. We started out doing some small parties, and then we started to get our feet under us, and now we're here making new dishes almost every month. And I mean, the wings can speak for themselves. They're one of our number one selling item.
I'm going to speak for them when we start tasting. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So I'm going to make B wait just a little bit longer because honestly, this is fun for me. So quickly tell us what you each do here and how you got here.
I grew up in Danville, Virginia. So I moved out here when I was 19. So I'm going on year 6 of being in North Carolina. Started working at Outback where Connor and I met. And now 6 years later, we're here. We're married.
Their love bloomed over a bloomin' onion.
Yes.
So I conduct and run all the events here at Iron Oaks. So, any parties or anything like that, the person that you're going to be talking to is me. And then I work together with our kitchen staff, our bar staff to make sure that all the events go smoothly.
And you keep him in line.
For sure.
Absolutely.
This would be a great place on that note to have a corporate event or, just a night out with friends, date night. But if you want to plan an actual event, she's so easy to work with.
So I'm the general manager here. Born and raised in Chapel Hill. Go Tar Heels.
We all make mistakes. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Went to college out in Greensboro. Found out that I actually liked more of the restaurant style once I got my first job at Outback. Started out as a little old takeaway kid and then worked myself up to head bartender and then met Katie. When I became a bartender, I was fascinated with all of the intricate behind-the-scenes stuff with the way cocktails are made, how you can make different drinks pair with certain foods, and the history and knowledge behind each liquor that is served behind a bar. Once I came here, got here as a base bartender along here with Katie, and through a lot of patience, we are finally running the place. I don't think business has been better than it is now.
That's so great to hear.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we help with that.
I do too.
And if we hurt with that, we're sorry. But we
No,
hope we help
no.
with that. We're big wings people. We like wings.
You can tell B's like,
doesn't-
and like to
let's
focus
get to
back
the
in on the
wings. This man's
food.
keep
Please,
inching
can we get back to
towards
the
the wings.
food?
But these wings, now, you told me that they were baked and then flash fried.
Yep.
Okay. So what does that do?
When we season the wings before we bake them, and by baking them, not only do we ensure that they are fully cooked by the time they get to the table,
That's important.
but it locks in all of the moisture.
You don't
That
spend
way
as
you
much
don't get
time frying them. So
right.
They
Wings
get
come
crispy
out
on the outside, but
super
they're still
fast.
nice and yummy.
So you get a juicy done wing,
Mm-hmm.
but you get that nice crisp on the outside.
Absolutely.
I am here for it.
Yeah. And what type
Oh, yeah.
of sauce are we hitting with these?
So we're just going with a classic barbecue, something easy to approach, but I also thought that it would pair really well with bourbon because of these sweet and smoky notes that come along with a classic barbecue.
For the wings, we are pairing them with Blue Run Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. B was not just shot. Again, that was someone hitting a golf ball in the golf simulator.
It's awesome.
Interestingly, it was here actually. It was the very first time B and I both ever had Blue Run.
This is good.
It's
stuff.
so good. We came for an allocated bourbon event that they hosted, and B and I both really enjoyed this one.
So Blue Run is crafted out of Bardstown, Kentucky. And I know that that's a shocker for everyone that there's a bourbon out of Bardstown, Kentucky. And they say that they're all about bridging the gap between traditional bourbon lovers and modern enthusiasts. So they curate and craft their bourbons with expert advice from Jim Rutledge. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jim Rutledge is the guy that almost single-handedly saves Four Roses.
Mm-hmm.
He is in the Whiskey Hall of Fame. And now he also works with his own line called Cream of Kentucky, but he's still heavily involved in Blue Run.
So the caramel sweetness and the subtle spiciness are going to pair perfectly with the smoky flavor of the wing. It's going to be like a match made in bourbon heaven. So first we're going to swirl it. We're going to go through our steps, B. I know it's a little more time till the wings, but
I'm struggling with that, but
Leans closer.
all right. So
you can get
dried fruit.
dried fruit.
Bang.
You absolutely get that combo of a little sweet and a little bit smoky.
nailed it with the dried fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick up the caramel and vanilla flavors on the back end. Dried fruit is very much up front.
I got apricot.
I was about to
I
say,
got
this is the
apricot.
first time
Yeah.
that I think I've really actually strongly
But
smelled
yeah, fresh
apricot.
cut.
The caramel and the sweetness hits me at the front and then again at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got a little heat there in the middle.
So the surprising piece is I agree with her, is that it's not surprising I agree with you.
It's a little bit
sometimes-
surprising.
But where the heat was hitting me on the tongue, that's interesting, because normally it's all
All in the back.
It's all in the
Yeah.
back, but here you get this 3-stage, this 3-stage, and this is 111 proof?
It's like a wave. I feel more heat, of course, on the back than you would normally get, but it warms up closer to the front the longer the finish stays.
I myself am not a huge bourbon drinker. I don't drink bourbon, but this one I enjoy the flavor of. It's nice. It's easy. It does have that heat with the 111 proof, but it's not like gonna kill you. Like yeah.
And
Definitely get the black pepper. at
black
the end.
pepper and a little maple.
So where would we rate this on our patented, soon-to-be world-famous rating scale? That one's tough.
I think this is a hush your mouth for me. I really like that combo of sweet and smoky. I can also get a little bit of a flavor of dried fruit along with the caramel, which I tend to like. We say complexity all the time, but I like when I can pull out lots of different flavors. What about
How about
you?
you?
The keynotes that stuck out to me was a stack of pancakes with butter on it.
You said that the night of the allocated bourbon tasting.
And that is what I latched onto. And tasting this time and time again, I can pull out, as you said, more complex or different notes and flavors throughout the experience. But the favorite thing that I have that I keep going back to is the stack of hot pancakes.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's a hush your mouth, but it's a hush your mouth that I want the bottle. I mean, I want this in my collection.
And for all of you out there, it has a butterfly on it that looks just like every millennial female that has a butterfly tattoo on their
Yeah,
has
quite
ever,
literally the
has ever had. So
the
Tell
me I'm wrong.
2010s. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, now,
it's time.
this is the important part.
Dig in.
All right, I'm going to take some ranch.
So yeah, we've got barbecue, we've got our house-made ranch, and our house-made blue cheese as well.
Pure crunch.
Oh yeah. And you can get, you can also order these wings different ways. We do now offer all flats or all drumsticks.
Ooh. The pepperiness complements the bourbon really well. The sweetness of the sauce, really good paired with blue red. What do you think, Bea? Bea's
Worth
still
the wait?
cleaning this one off.
We're in no talk mode.
Is it worth the wait?
Oh, yeah.
So ranking on the bourbon scale, wings are also hush your mouth.
Yeah, you hushed Bea's mouth. That's American.
Yeah, I never shut up. Just ask, my wife or my studio wife here. Absolutely. I immediately noticed the crispiness when I bit into it. I was like, oh, yeah. There's something for
Big
that,
fan.
right?
Well, and that's the whole part of the flash fry. It allows us to keep that crunch because even with these, sitting in the sauce while we've been talking, they don't get soggy. They don't get all of that.
yeah.
They keep that crunch.
Not at all.
No, and then there is a massive amount of juiciness.
But these are delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Well executed. Take something simple. Do it right. Do it well.
I want the flavor of baked chicken, flash fried with a crispy outside, so you still get all those juices without the rubber tautness of like a smoked wing.
For the audience out there, these are game wings and they're dinner wings. They cross a very nice line of you can come up with your buddies or your buddettes or a mixture of the two.
Yep.
And you can watch a game. You can watch a nice hockey game here, or these are just a lovely appetizer.
Yeah.
I mean, they cross lines. These are entree level wings. I could see myself coming here and just ordering the wings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
And a lot of people do.
And with the blue run, I would be very happy.
Yeah, love the blue run with it.
With our diverse wing sauce selection that we have now, we do plan on making that bigger and having a few more options available very soon.
It's amazing how those two pair together.
Yeah.
You don't always have to have a beer with wings.
Things we like to say that we have a little something for everyone. If you're not a huge bourbon person like I am, we've got cocktails, mocktails, beer, wine, and food to pair with it all.
They have craft cocktails.
Yes.
We're talking well thought out and executed craft cocktails here. had a few.
Oh, and the good thing about, like, the fun thing about our cocktails is that they are all crafted by our bartenders. We come together whenever we're about to do a new menu. We get all of our bartenders together. We have what we call lab day, and we're like, all right, show us what you got. Show us what you're thinking.
I'd like
What do
to
you wanna
volunteer
do?
as tribute to come to lab
Come
day.
on over.
Yeah.
We'll have you.
So next, now that I've gotten all the barbecue sauce off my face, I hope, they tell me, we have a charcuterie board featuring spicy meats and artisanal cheeses. This delightful spread promises a burst of flavors, but we have Connor here to tell us about everything on this board.
And I just have to tell you guys, this man and the attention to detail is phenomenal. So take it away. Tell our audience what you were telling me.
All right, so first to start off with the meats, we have a Spanish calabrese spiced salami. Up in the front, we have a Spanish dry-aged chorizo. And then up here, laid out in a feather formation, as where the meat comes from, is a duck prosciutto, which is something you don't see often.
I am going straight to that.
Yeah.
So to continue on with the cheeses, in the very back here, a small pile, we have Asher blue cheese. Now, a couple of these cheeses are created by a Sweetgrass, that's the cheese company. This Asher blue cheese is potent, very strong, but creamy on the palate. We have a semi-soft cow's milk cheese up front called Green Hill from Sweetgrass. And then up in the front here, these spears are called Red Bud, which is a paprika smoked mixed milk cheese with cow's milk and goat cheese. And these crackers are firecrackers. They've got a little bit of a kick to them. So if you don't necessarily like a lot of heat, they do provide a nice baseline to where you're not going to be overloaded with some spices. In the ramekins here, right up front, we have our house-made rosemary spice nuts. They are baked in butter, brown sugar, and a little bit of honey and some other spices. Our pepper jelly, which is in this middle ramekin here, it is house-made, our recipe. It contains jalapenos, habaneros, and bell peppers. And in the back is our, since day one, famous hot honey garlic sauce
I'm
that
excited.
we decided to add to our charcuterie board.
I would be really like it if I could just take a bottle home with me, and that's going on pizza. That's going on everything.
Absolutely.
Little avocado toast on
Yeah.
top. Ooh.
We do toss our wings and our fried chicken sandwich as an option in our hot honey garlic.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes.
So good.
Check.
Our millennial wants to make sure she got it an avocado toast reference. Okay. This looks like art.
It's beautiful.
If only someone in my life could do a charcuterie board of this level.
He's coming for your skills
I can
there.
teach you.
No, that was a very pointed attack because
Oh.
I always make the charcuterie boards.
She makes amazing charcuterie.
She used to make charcuterie boards. She probably is not going to anymore.
I'm here holding a bottle of Angel's Envy.
That's right.
So
this is
you
what we're going
might
to pair.
want to keep making those charcuterie boards, being I'm holding the Angel's Envy.
It's his Angel's Envy.
I'm holding the Angel's Envy. Anyway, Angel's Envy is a Kentucky-based distillery known for its innovative approach to bourbon and rye whiskey finishing. Their founder, Lincoln Henderson, master distiller with decades of experience. This brand is celebrated for aging its spirits in secondary barrels, such as port wine, rum, or oak cask, to create a unique flavor profile. What we have for this premium experience is
the triple oak.
the
So
triple oak. Angel's
this
Envy
one.
triple oak.
this one, Connor was excited about when he sent it to me, and I'm excited. I've never had it. I'm excited to have it. This particular expression is 100 proof. It's finished in triple oak barrels, and it means it's
So
three different types of barrels.
Yeah, so
correct?
it starts its aging in your traditional white oak barrels,
American
right?
oak, yeah.
And then goes into a Hungarian oak.
Mm-hmm.
It goes into a French oak, and then it goes into a special wood I cannot pronounce from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Kentucky oak. Okay.
Well, they got to throw the Kentucky in
Yeah.
there.
So
at the end.
Of course.
So yeah. This has lived in a multitude of wood. They were on that forefront of that finishing game. I mean, that was what they came into the market. But also, they have leveled up in terms of their marketing, their bottle design, the angel's wings on the back. This was. There's been several documentaries about this distillery and how they went about the business, and it's unique. I mean, when you walk into a liquor store, it has that bottle, and you know it's something very different, and it has a very different appeal. And they've got their whole setup, I believe, in downtown Louisville.
So
this is going to pair beautifully.
it is, and it's going to give us a really, really rich and bold palette of baking spices. Now, it tells us it's going to have hints of brioche and vanilla custard, which, if that is true, B's going to go buy every bottle out there. And then
you might want to start saving up.
Yeah.
And
it's going to take a while.
Shocker, being that it's triple oak, it's going to have some toasted oak flavor.
Imagine that.
Shocker. So the spice that we've got here in the meats and the creamy richness of the cheeses is going to pair really, really well with this bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed immediately the legs on this bad boy
Oh, yeah.
are, these are some legs that B was going to like.
ZZ Top would like these legs.
It's a lot more mellow than the Blue Run,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was
it's
thinking.
subtle.
Mellow
It's
is
a
the
little
word.
more
It's
I'm going to
subtle.
stick my nose further in without experiencing that sharp pain.
Subtle, mellow, pleasant.
Yeah. Inviting.
Inviting. Just like Iron Oaks.
Yeah, and the finishing in different types of barrels, that is the appeal, right? And it gives it a smoother taste. I mean, there's curvature here. They do not want to give you a presumption of brash. They do not want to give you a presumption of harshness. I mean,
It's smooth, round. It's round. It's
Yeah.
not harsh.
I mean,
it's not
this-
harsh corners.
I mean, they specifically were going for an angel's wings shape for a reason, and they did a great job.
I'm ready to taste it. That finish is excellent.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
There's some tannin.
There's some tannins.
There's some nice tannin.
That vanilla that they described, it's
yeah.
there, and it carries through from start to finish. I do get it's so interesting, the baking spices, the vanilla, the brioche. It's almost like the essence of it. So for me, I taste this, and I do taste, it tastes like a pastry shop. You know, it's like the baking and there's a sweetness there. It's delicious.
No off notes. No off
No.
notes.
Pleasingly mellow.
This just kind of melts in the back of your
I
palate.
feel like this coats all
Oh,
sorts.
yeah.
The mouthfeel is excellent.
Yeah.
on
But
this. It's perfect.
there's just enough heat on your tongue to let you know you had bourbon.
Absolutely.
But there's not I wouldn't call it a high spice.
I think it's going to pair extremely. First of all, I'm so excited to try it with the creamy cheese because
Oh, yeah.
I think that's going to be perfect. But I also think it's an excellent counterpart to the spicy meats because it's that balance.
I'm excited to try
I'm ready
with
to dig
the-
in.
I'm excited to try with the blue cheese with the
All right.
high salt and buttery
Yes.
composition of the blue
Okay,
cheese.
but first I'm going for this.
the
which
duck
che-
prosciutto.
Duh. Which cheese would you suggest I pair with it?
Only because of the slight subtle notes of smoke that you will acquire with it.
That's what I was going.
The red bud.
Melt is the right word.
Yeah.
This cheese also.
So is this Daffy or Donald?
I don't really care, honestly. I like the whole family.
So we rotate our cheeses probably by season, so every 3 months or so.
So I love the lingering, and the firecrackers are such a perfect thing to pair because, like you said, they're not spicy necessarily. It's just a little bit of heat,
A lot
and
of
it just
times
enhances.
crackers can kind of just become the vessel for the cheeses and the meats, but this really helps kind of enhance
It
everything.
adds to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We just had some excellent wing, which can be very much of a ball game, casual, sweatshirt, relaxed feel.
Yeah.
You know, you're at wings, right? This is a different level of fancy in a restaurant.
I mean, this is like a client, bring a client dinner.
I guess that's what, I'm trying to say is that shows you that in this one spot,
The
you
range.
can go several ways.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is not if you just order meat and cheese, this isn't a meat and cheese.
No.
board. This is
a true charcuterie board.
This is a presentation.
This is not an adult Lunchable. I am not normally a blue cheese person, but the saltiness
Yep.
and the it's not overpowering.
Nope.
Sometimes blue cheese can
It is
overpowering.
potent, but
But it's not overpowering.
it's not potent in the funky way.
Right. That's
It's-
exactly it.
Salty and buttery, and yes, it is a little bit crumbly at first, but then as soon as you get to
But
chew
the
it,
funkiness is more subtle.
right.
B, you got to taste that blue cheese.
I'm coming.
So with the hot honey, I would probably pair the firecracker with the calabrese,
Okay.
the spicy salami,
This one,
and the semi-soft cow's milk cheese.
I'm
That's gonna
so
be good.
excited.
Yeah. So
Oh, I have
that-
no doubt it's going to
You're
be
going to be
delicious.
getting
Good.
creamy, spice, sweet. Of course, that backbone. Of
All right, I'm
garlic.
just going for it. I'm going to dip.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. With this bourbon, this is perfect because
Oh, So good.
there's a spice on this plate that is more potent than the bourbon.
Yes.
So the bourbon is now becoming a balancer in a different way.
Yeah.
Where normally your bourbon is your heat, it's
That's
your
what's
intensity. This is your cleanser. This is your reset. So let's talk about the blue cheese again.
You may not be a blue cheese fan, but if
The
you get your hands
saltiness?
on Asher blue cheese, you may think different.
The saltiness and the funkiness is not overpowering like it usually is.
That is phenomenal.
It's so good. I don't know which combination is my favorite, to be completely honest.
I feel like that's the good thing about like this type of charcuterie boards. It's very easy to mix and match.
Well, and that's what I love. You can mix and match to your flavor profile. And then you can also try some different things.
Mm-hmm.
This has been awesome.
Bees,
Okay.
This is Happy Bee.
Well, now that we have gained several pounds of love,
And happiness.
we have the mushroom Swiss burger with truffle fries. And we are told that it is juicy, savory, and downright decadent. I'm not doubting that. So, Connor, once again, share with us what it is we're about to devour.
On this plate, you actually have two different mushrooms in front of you.
Okay.
Of course, the truffle, which is on the truffle fries, and then the mushrooms that are on the burger. With the baseline of mushrooms bringing the umami to the table, I knew that bourbon can also enhance that. So I wanted to take that and use this as an opportunity to showcase the number 2 selling burger, other than our classic Iron Oaks burger, to our menu by pairing it with the selection, the Cabernet IW Harper.
Here
That's
it is.
right. For this dish, we actually had a few options we considered.
right.
So before we get into the one we actually chose, we also considered the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel.
Which is a fan favorite.
Oh, everybody loves this, but it's delicious and excellent. And come get it here at Iron Oaks.
Absolutely.
We also considered one that I was not super familiar with. So this is the Woodenville, and it's an apple cask, correct?
That's correct.
And we almost went with it.
Applewood staves, 100 proof, pot distilled, a gorgeous little bottle.
It is, with a cool little wooden cork.
We did settle on our number 1 choice, which was the
So the IW Harper Cabernet cask is actually made by the fine folks at Heaven Hill, which we've heard of them a time or 30.
yes.
And it is one of the largest and most respected American whiskey producers. The IW Harper brand actually has a really long history. It dates all the way back to 1872. It was originally founded by Isaac Wolf Bernheim. So did I say that correctly? I think I got close.
Close enough. Bernheim.
So Heaven Hill actually revitalized the brand for the modern whiskey enthusiast, producing IW Harper expressions at their facilities in Bardstown, Kentucky. And as B was saying, I am a sucker for packaging. All of IW Harper stuff gives me a Gatsby 20s vibe.
It does.
For sure.
Absolutely.
If I'm a sucker for packaging, if you want to throw a Gatsby theme in, I am
Yeah.
all in.
We're in
Millennials love a theme party. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
So the Cabernet Cask Reserve is, I'm going to make beat. We're going to have a theme party. Your birthday's tomorrow. His birthday's tomorrow, by the way, guys.
Happy
Oh, well,
birthday.
yeah, happy early
Oh,
birthday.
I forgot to tell you, we're having a Gatsby theme party.
I can't wait.
You're going to dress like F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's fine.
Perfect.
The eyes of J. Alfred Pushkot will be shining right down on us. But in
Excellent reference, though, actually.
That's right.
Anyway,
Her eyes
that was
reminded me of
AP
money.
English right
Her
there.
eyes reminded me of money. Look at that. Drop in knowledge. Boom.
Anyway, so this is actually a special release in the IW Harper lineup, and it features bourbon finished in California Cab Sav casks. So this process actually gives it some fruity, tannic notes to the bourbon, and it complements its base flavors, which are caramel, vanilla, and oak. So it's kind of combining that classic bourbon profile, a little bit of that red wine profile, which is a match made in heaven, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So it's got a proof of 90, which means it's very smooth, it's approachable, but it's got that like soaked in a red wine cask unique twist to it.
Yep. Point as you pour. We did not rate the Angel's Envy.
Cock of the walk.
Is it a top?
I'm throwing it down.
Is it a top?
It's definitely up there.
Is it going to be on the top of the bar for you?
It's a cock of the walk.
When
Probably.
Now,
Here, at
now
least.
to explain how they do things here. So they have their bar, and we'll show you pictures later. But
Absolutely.
they have a cabinet to the side
Yep.
that has your more unique are more
Yep.
hard to find,
Yep.
including the
Garrison Brothers
Garrison
Cowboy.
Brothers Cowboy.
Which is it really bourbon if it's above 126?
Yes.
Or is it
well,
always bigger in Texas and they decided to call it bourbon?
It's always bigger
I
in
have to
Texas.
tell you that it was phenomenal. It has made a love affair with me and Garrison Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I assume the Triple Oak will be living in the cabinet.
It will, unless I get
Until it
another
becomes more
case,
readily available.
Okay.
and
Right.
then it will be a permanent item on the shelf.
But
After you call me and B.
Yeah.
but everything in the cabinet is available for drink.
As long as it is open,
Mhm.
it is ready to go.
Gotcha.
So what do
Fantastic.
you rank the Angel's Envy Triple Oak?
Out of everything that I have tried here, I would say it's up there with the Cock of the Walk section.
Here we have I.W.
You're like, this is
Harper
not that.
in its beautiful Gatsby Gilded Age box.
Oh, you are really dropping the... I'm impressed. All right, so again, subtle and mellow are the name of the game.
So I find it interesting that we opened with something that is not subtle and not mellow.
We went right in.
However, the taste is pancakes.
I think we also started at the highest proof.
We did.
And then regressed.
We did,
Kind of a
but
nice
with wings,
dessert-like
it was.
finish.
But with wings, it was
Perfect.
perfect.
Absolutely.
So, but here we're going into both of them have been. Both of these offerings are finished in something that is, you know, that's kind of a
It's a thing.
It's a thing right now. But that kind of gives us subtleness.
So I'd get a little of the, I'm not going to say I smell red wine, but I smell the oakiness. And it's got that wine subtle sweetness. It's not overtly sweet.
I would say that you get the tart tannin notes that you get from the red wine on the nose.
Absolutely.
And the oak is definitely there.
Absolutely. 100%.
I mean, the oak is there. Tannins are there.
I'm ready to taste, even though I know I love it. So I really do think this is going to pair really, really well with the red meat and the truffle and the mushroom. That umami flavor, it's not going to distract from it. I think it's only going to enhance.
I think it's going to create a baseline in which your bourbon will take an adventure after that.
Yeah. I love the lingering finish on this one. It's a little bit sweet.
You have to let it linger.
You have to.
You have to.
You have to let it linger.
All right.
There's a little bit of sweetness there on the end. The tannins, like you said, come through. I think it's a little bit unique. What do you think about it?
I honestly, I like this. Like you said, you can get the tannins in this. And I also feel like it's going to pair really well with the burger because we do use Cabernet in our mushroom cooking process. So the Cabernet kind of...
I was wondering if you did a red wine
forgot about
sauce.
that.
Yeah, we do so our mushrooms are our house blackening seasoning, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and then also usually a dry wine, so we tend to stick to cabs with that.
I think this starts to talk about the complexity that you can have with bourbon. It's common for us to think about wine with meals.
You also think about wine cutting through fat
Absolutely,
in dishes. And with the Swiss cheese and then with the smash patties, we smash them so all of that fat gets pressed out and they cook in their own fat. So with this Cabernet cask
So it's going to
bourbon,
cut.
it should cut right through it and enhance the mushroom science you said earlier in the entire dish.
I'm going to rate that Dog Will Hunt, and that's because this is a everyday sipper for me.
Yeah.
This is one that I would keep on my bar cart, and you come home at the end of the day, and it's a great dog. It is like my favorite hunting dog.
Oh, I understand.
But it is reliable, and it is an everyday sipper for me because it's mellow. I tend to rate, the ones I rate higher tend to be a little higher proof because they have more complexity.
I will tell you, this hunting dog it has papers.
Yeah.
This is not one you found in the
No.
woods. This dog has papers. You're paying a little more for this dog.
This is Mary Jane from Where the Red Fern Grows.
Yeah, you are paying for this dog. This
dog
is not a
costs
rescue.
thousands of dollars.
This is not a rescue. So let's be very clear.
This dog
Because
plays
some
in the
dogs that
Westminster
hunt-
Dog Show.
Some dogs that hunt, they don't have papers, but they are fantastic. They're phenomenal.
This dog we
This
didn't
dog
find
has
by the
papers.
trash can.
No.
Like this dog,
But those are some good dogs.
they're excellent.
Yeah, I mean I would say it's hard to find, but with the price, I would definitely put it with the dog level.
Yeah. The most actually complex one we had is the Blue Run.
Yeah.
In retrospect, it hits you in 3 phases.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to use the word harsh. It is harsher.
Yeah.
It's the highest proof.
I prefer this. I don't know. I think this is hush your mouth.
I'm not upset by that ranking, and I teetered between the two.
And because this is a very scientific rating process. I mean,
it's world
we
famous.
Of course.
we came up with them. We have cool little drawings and statements. So it's important. So to me, this is a little more unique than, say, Elijah Craig, Buffalo Trace. Elijah Craig and Buffalo Trace, I'm going to get a bourbon. They're very different. I get that.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to go in, if Buffalo Trace was actually available on a shelf, $29. You're getting bourbon. I think this gives you something a little different than that.
I agree with that.
However, I agree with both of you. This could very easily be an everyday sip.
Right. Right.
So it's kind of in that
Gray area.
It's in that gray area. I
Yeah.
think it's a little more unique.
Yeah. With that note, can I now
We can have
enhance it with some of this burger and truffle fry?
Yes.
I'm excited.
So these fries aren't just like every other restaurant where we buy
Y'all, that's
already pre-cut fries,
So good.
frozen fries. We hand cut the fries. These fries ourselves, but these fries are Belgian frites. So
Okay.
what that means is we hand cut them into their shape, and then we wash the starches and the sugars away,
I was wondering if you did because of crispiness.
and soak them until the water runs completely clear. And then we blanch them at a lower temp to cook the inside of the fry. And then we cool them down, and then we flash fry them at a higher temp to create that crispy outside, to create the mashed potato inside.
Yes, you have nailed that concept. You have nailed that concept. These are not,
They're not your everyday fries.
no.
It's a little bit more work, but the outcome is so worth it.
The burger's excellent.
Folks, if you're in the Raleigh area, hell, if you're in the North Carolina area, if you,
Slash
just want,
Danville,
a,
Virginia.
if you just want a
Close enough.
burger, if you like bourbon and burgers, or if you want to hit some golf balls and eat a burger, good Lord, I'll pay for your burger.
Yeah.
I will absolutely pay for your burger. Absolutely. Now, what do you have going on?
It's a mushroom.
So we have mushrooms
Oh.
They're layered.
and caramelized onions.
I noticed the
Good
caramelized onions.
Lord.
Yeah. So not just grilled onions, which are cut and then thrown on the grill just to get it until the burger is done cooking, but caramelized onions we cook beforehand in butter, low and slow, to where they're soft, sweet, and bring out that natural sweet onion flavor.
Well, I like that it's subtle.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering. Sometimes
Yeah.
people throw raw
So this is
onions on
good for
things
you.
and it overpowers it.
Yeah.
So this is good for you, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
is full of vitamin A and C.
Protein,
And,
it's, you've got dairy, you got your cheese on there.
yeah,
you
there's
got your
no,
bread,
no
you got your
calories.
carbs.
No.
It's a balanced meal. with
Balanced
all
meal.
that.
Okay.
So this burger has also survived 3 menu rewrites.
As
It
it
has
should.
been that popular.
This has not gotten soggy.
Nope.
No.
Somehow y'all have locked that burger in.
Yeah.
Well, and the toastiness of the bun is still there.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Every part of it, you did well.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
And it also is a structurally sound burger. You don't have pieces
I'm not dropping it.
smushing out, sliding out. I can't tell you how many times I get annoyed with going to a
wow.
restaurant. When I've had mushroom Swiss burgers at other restaurants, and I've bitten into it, and the patties just slide out
Yep.
Uh-huh.
because they're either the mushrooms aren't holding together, or whatever sauce they put on there,
Right.
it just won't hold. And with this burger, we wanted to construct something that will.
You can eat
Oh.
through every bite. You can put it down while you're eating. You don't have to feel like you have to
you can
hold
have a
it.
conversation and not worry about it just falling to
It's
pieces.
hanging in there. It's
No,
so
it's perfectly like gelled together.
Food here for them is an art. It's a passion.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
We
mean,
can talk about it all day.
that is incredible.
All of that work and love and care goes into something that is very reasonably priced, in my opinion, especially in the market.
Mhm.
You have an activity you can do. You're not just going to dinner.
Yeah.
Like B said, bring your book club. I mean, they
Yeah.
have an adorable area. Bring your
It
book
is
club.
wild.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, bring your buddies and watch a game. You know, come on
Yeah.
a date night or with your friends
Well, even
and
if
play
we
golf.
do like, I've seen a lot of people where it's like a big group of couples. The guys will sit here, play golf, and drink their beers, their bourbons, whatever, and the girls will sit over there on the couches. They'll talk, they'll catch up, and then we like,
Yeah.
like I said, we like to say, we have something for everyone.
They
so.
really do. They have 3 very distinct areas
But
where you can really
most-
do whatever
but
you
people
want.
normally don't do that well. And
Yeah.
you guys are doing it well.
It's very
Yeah.
seamless.
And once it warms up, That patio is going to be
Patio.
full open and operational.
Well, we'll be back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come
we will
have
be
this.
back.
Come have some wings al fresco.
Absolutely.
Cornhole, yard games, all kinds of
Well,
stuff.
B, I think we have to pour a teeny bit more because
Only a
we
little.
always finish our episodes with a cheers. This has been a pleasure. We will post all of their links to all of their socials and their website. Guys, come down, bring your friends, bring your family, bring your significant other. You'll have a blast and you'll have a great meal.
And she will host some unique things for you if you guys can accommodate.
Yeah, I've hosted events anywhere from 10 people up to 80 or 90.
Yeah, 80 or 90.
Yeah. So please come, and you might see us here because
We're going to be regulars.
heck yeah.
So,
So
on that note,
all right, cheers,
cheers,
y'all.
y'all.
Cheers, y'all.